And I want to talk about that.
It lifted our spirits.
Lifted our spirits. And I want to talk about the spirit part of being in the industry, because you have to have, like you said, just tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I worked on Ambitions, it was my first lines to ever speak on TV ever.
Mm-hmm.
I literally had 2 lines. It was like, hey, man, I ain't about all that. And
sounds like something you would say.
it said some other. I had 2 lines regardless. And so it was Thomas DuPont. He hired me. You know, he was going to hire either one of us. He chose me.
Oh, no, he had us choose.
He had us choose.
Because he didn't want to
So
make
he's
that
like,
decision.
y'all figure it out. And so, you know, we were like, I'll do it. And so he hires me. We go, and Thomas DuPont, the way he works is incredible. So anybody out there listening who needs a good stunt coordinator and just a good human being,
He has all the accolades. He's been working on it,
He's
his craft
incredible.
for a long time, and he knows what he's doing.
And so he's telling me a little bit about Nima Barnett, who's the director, and just showing me the ropes, really helping me out, because, you know, we're still new. Though we went to film school, I still feel like a newbie, you know.
It's different being in school, and it's different actually going and doing it.
And so on set, first acting lines, hired as a stunt person to read lines. Now, when we first moved to Atlanta, we were pursuing stunts, and we kind of slowed down on that because
Which made sense for us, because
For
it's like
us.
we're martial artists. Like martial arts stunts, that goes together, right?
And it made sense for us to kind of stop going that way because
First off, now here's the thing about us too. It's hard for us to be cast as a lot of different things because we have our look here.
right, we not many people that we could double, you know, unless we cut our hair or do something.
We ran into that trouble too, like having like to cut our hair not for a gig. Like,
Yep.
is it worth cutting our hair for this gig?
Is it worth
Or is
it?
it worth one of you cutting your hair for this gig?
Because if I decided to cut my hair for an earlier gig and say, yeah, and I need a longer hair for this later gig, it's like, and I want long hair in real life. So, you know, the decisions you make. But luckily, we got to keep our hair.
Uh-huh.
And while I'm on Ambitions, you know, Thomas is showing me around. We're going through it. We're rehearsing, doing all this. And then we finally get the first team rehearsal with all the DP, the director, and stunt coordinator.
Director of photography,
everybody.
for those of you
Everybody
that don't know
in,
what DP is.
everybody on set to see what's going on. And now when they shoot TV, they just don't shoot one scene a day, and that's it. They shoot multiple scenes, maybe
Because
even
it's
multiple
TV.
episodes.
They got a lot of things they got to shoot.
They are working from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, repeatedly
For
throughout
weeks and months. It's
for a long time.
taxing, guys. It's really taxing.
So by the time that the director Nima Barnett comes in, which she's directed shows like Luke Cage, Queen Sugar, a bunch of other shows. She's been in the industry for a long time, and she had been stressed out from all the other scenes that she had been doing. So then I felt that energy. I was stressed too because I'm like, I don't want to mess nothing up.
Yeah, you don't.
But I got to stay in the moment. I got to be present. I got to be there. And she comes in, all right, let's do it. This and that. And now I didn't bring my sides with me. And that energy.
Don't do that. What sides are is it's some paper that you get, a little paper to be able to
It
have
has your
your
script on
lines,
there.
have your
Yeah.
script, what you're
The
doing for
scene
the
that
day.
you're doing, right? I didn't have it because I was like, I got 2 lines. I don't have nothing to work. I didn't know that when she came in there that all my nerves would rush those 2 lines out of my
you
head.
figured that out quick.
Figured that out, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So I'm looking. I'm like, "Hey man, I forgot my lines. Can you show me?" You know. And then so the other stunt homie showing me, and I was like, "Okay, I got it." And then I was like, "Oh man, I forgot." She's like, "All right, let's set up first rehearsal. Let's do it." So my scene partner is Luis, and he's dope stunt guy, incredible young dude that's doing his thing. It was I don't know if it was his first speaking role, but it's not his first time on set because he's incredible. And I was like, oh man, dude. She set up and she's like, first rehearsal now. And we get behind the door we're supposed to go into. I was like, yo, I forgot my lines. He's like, it's okay, man, I got it right here. And then he pulls his phone out.
Ooh, phones on set.
And then the song,
Typically,
the scene had already started, right? That's a big no-no. Don't have your phone on set. Big no-no.
Especially if you're just like coming in, starting
Right.
out. No, because you don't want anything recorded, nothing leaked. Come on, you gotta.
Or just
gotta hold on to
people seeing you're not present with your phone out.
And no matter what you do, if you're looking down like this,
Right,
you're
not present.
look present. Yeah.
So the door opens and she sees me looking at his phone and she's like, "Oh, we're not gonna have that." I'm like, "Oh man, I know exactly how this looks." So using that military training my dad kicked into us, he was like, "Just stay calm and so I had to take control of this situation by being like, hey, there's just a bunch of confusion in the air. Can we just take a moment to reset and then we can all get back in line?" And then that made her go from up here because she had all the stresses of the day.
It's stressful being a director.
Stressful because and it brought it down here because it's like, oh, okay. And then it wasn't just me sensing the stress. It was the other people in the room. You could see. And so after I said, hey, let's calm down. Can we reset? Do we just need a moment? Somebody helped me remember my line and it just flowed after that. And then after she saw the actual walkthrough, she was like, oh, good acting. And then after that, she didn't really come on set to give a lot of notes. I mean, it was a small scene, but that was huge for me because going into it hired as a stunt person and stunt people getting a bad rap for not knowing how to act.
That's one of the biggest stigmas here is like stunt people not knowing how to act.
Huge. Which is why I said earlier, if you're going into this industry as a martial artist, learn acting too, because it's way more than just doing cool moves. You have to be able to exude emotion and make people feel something.
Feel what the character is supposed to feel.
You're looking at the finger and not the moon.
Oh, you really hit me on that.
Right?
Yeah.
So
if you don't know what we're talking about, Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon.
Go ahead, watch it.
But I had a great experience. It was on the set of Tyler Perry Studios.
And do you know what that reminds me of? Like what we hear a lot. What you showed is that are you easy to work with on set? So if you're trying to pursue this industry, the easier you are to work with, the more you can save time and stay relaxed in a situation and not add stress, save people money, be able to work with people. That is very valuable. It's almost like people. I get this. I'd rather be around somebody that I can tolerate for a really long time than somebody I can barely tolerate and not stand. So make it so that people respect you. You respect other people. You're able to be friendly, be personable, and that's just goes along with being a decent human being. So that's really all you got to show.
Stay in your own lane.
No, it's a job. It's work.
People pay attention.
Now let me say that again. It's a job. It's work.